that new whip. Hey, who did it do drip?
And we're live.
Welcome to Bet Records, where we talk about hot topics, ideas, and all the shit you really want to hear.
What up, what up, what up? We are here. We aren't super queer, and we're ready to go.
You bet.
Woo!
I don't know.
Speaking of kind of controversial statements, taking a left turn here to get us started. Did you guys see the new Dave Chappelle stand-up comedy on Netflix?
Actually, I did. I watched it the day it came out.
Holy shit. I won't spoil it because I know probably a bunch of people listening probably haven't heard. You guys haven't heard. But
I've
the
seen
first...
it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, the first probably 10, 20 minutes, I'm laughing my ass off. Like, fucking hilarious. And then it gets a little questionable. It is by far the most questionable thing that I have heard all this year. It's super fucking controversial. He's getting in a ton of trouble for it. I don't think he gives a fuck.
He's a comedian. Comedians don't have any chill. No, with Dave Chappelle especially, it's a different world.
If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it and then let me know. But Q-Tip, since it's kind of... I think you're the only... Have you seen it, Justin? No? So Q-Tip, how did you... Without spoiling any of it... What do you take? Do you think he went too far with all of his things?
I wouldn't say it went too far. I think Dave Chappelle does his own thing. I think he says dumb things sometimes because he doesn't quite understand everything that he's talking about. But I would say like the first like probably 20 minutes of the stand-up are really good, and the last 20 minutes of the stand-up are really good. I think the middle is where it lacks.
I was literally at some points I was like. That like awkward laugh where you're like, can I laugh at that? Even the crowd too.
The crowd definitely felt that way too.
Halfway through, they're
cops are directing them in right now because the line's that
Dude,
long.
is it on Division Street?
Yeah, it is.
Dude, traffic is on Division for Canes right now.
Damn, that's crazy.
This Wednesday night is when we're recording this episode, or Tuesday night. It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Yep. Tuesday night is when we're recording this. It opened, for those who don't know, Raising Cane's opened in St. Cloud today, this morning. They had a soft opening last night, and they hard opened today. It wasn't that busy throughout the day. I contemplated waiting in the line because I heard it was actually going pretty quick.
Dang.
But the video he just showed me shows cars literally chilling on Division, waiting to get
now
into
everybody's
Canes.
not worried. Nobody's got anything to do, so they're just going to sit there.
Cops directing traffic. We didn't even see that with Popeyes.
Not with Popeyes. Because they had that long line of houses behind the...
Going around the rotary.
Out,
That's... and you know what the trouble is for St. Cloud, is that I don't think they realize that Canes is always that busy.
That is true.
Like the Maple Grove Canes, there is always a line almost usually out of their parking lot. And they can hold, around their building, you can get 20, 30 cars in their actual parking lot. So to go outside, I've waited and there have been like 40 cars in front of me before. It only takes 20 minutes to get through the line, but still.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's well worth the wait.
What are you
from the
doing
couple
over
times
here,
that
bro?
I've had talking about cans.
What are you flinging something?
Nah,
Who
come
was
on.
that? Is that this guy?
That's this dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's this fucker.
I thought that was this guy, and then I was like, what? I didn't see him do
No,
it.
I've only had Raising Cane's like 3 times maybe. And honestly, the wait was kind of worth it, no matter how long.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was
I've honestly never had to wait that long.
It is fucking schmack. I went to Taco John's because I didn't want to wait in the line. And I talked to the lady. She's like, oh, are you getting food for a couple other people? I'm like, yeah, I'm just kind of picking up lunch. I was like, I was going to go wait in Cane's, but the line's too long. And she was like, they opened a Raising Cane's here? And I'm like, fuck yeah, it's right down the street. She's like, I'm going to have to go there after work. I'm like, hell yeah.
You know who's sponsored by Raising Cane's? Jake Paul.
Yes, sir.
I saw Fury
Tyson Fury
Wilder
versus Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder was
got
sponsored.
knocked the fuck out.
I saw right on Wilder's shorts, Raising Cane's, big ass in bold letters. It was like a hand-sized logo.
Did any of you guys actually watch that fight?
No, but I heard it was really good.
I watched it. It was really great. Wilder got the shit kicked out of him in the first 3 rounds, and he was on wobbly legs in the 4th round. You could tell like he's wobbling. He's drunk driving right there.
Yeah.
And he hits Fury. Fury goes down. Then he drops Fury a couple more times in the 4th and 5th, and then Fury just regains himself and just keeps knocking him around. And then finally, I think it was the 11th round, Fury put him away violently, and he retains the heavyweight crown as the baddest, or no, actually I shouldn't say baddest man on the planet, because that title belongs to the UFC heavyweight champion. The heavyweight boxing champion, he retains that title.
Biggest pussy. Speaking of lots and lots of pussy, they got this new Apple event coming up.
What does that have to do with pussy?
I don't know, because when you have an iPhone, you get pussy or something.
No,
yeah.
I don't think
I
that's
thought
how
we were
that
gonna
Yeah,
talk
Q-Tip,
about-
what kind of phone you got?
I got an Android. That has nothing to do with anything.
Show him your background.
My background?
What's that in his
Well, it's
background?
The background
got-
he's had
so
for
my
3
phone's got
years.
cracked, but I've always had this background.
Yeah, it's the same background.
Yeah.
My
Oh, it's a
leg!
beautiful background.
But yeah, speaking of iPhone, Q-Tip, you should probably go to this event, actually, now that I think about
I'm buying a new Android at the end of the month, actually.
Well, that's not a good investment.
it. Yeah,
I think it's a great
that's pretty poor.
investment.
Speaking of good ideas,
Wow.
the Apple has a new Unleashed event coming up
Right.
next week on the 18th. They're supposedly launching a couple of new hot items. The first one is going to be the M1X chip.
Yep.
It's supposed to be the new M1 microchip on fucking steroids. It is supposed to crush every processor on the market. It's supposed to do stuff you can't even do right now. Kind of a deal. We don't really know too much about it.
Yeah.
So
But
do we know if they can put it in anything? Is it just for
no,
computers?
it's just going to
Mostly
be
for
Apple
laptops.
products.
Or
Okay,
laptops,
yeah.
maybe.
But-
They
Yeah,
might
okay.
expand it to
Maybe.
computers. I don't think they're gonna put it in their iPad platforms, just because the M1 chip that they already put in
It's
there
already
in their
pretty
new
nuts, right?
situation is already nuts.
Yeah.
So the
yeah.
M1X, I think, is just gonna
What
be
I'm reading is
overkill.
the M1 actually might be able to support up to 32 gigs of RAM. Is what I'm reading.
Yeah, that's
Which is getting a lot. Most computers are starting to use a lot of
Yeah.
RAM. Even my 16 gigabytes is starting
Yeah.
to feel like a lot, not a lot anymore.
yeah, it's tough. I mean, even if you're running 8 right now, I mean, your
Yeah,
computer
8
just
is
gets
pushing
bogged
us,
down,
yeah.
you know. But yeah, so that's gonna be pretty cool. And along with their all new next generation MacBook Pros, they haven't changed the MacBook Pro style in I think it's been like
5
5-6
years.
Probably
years.
2016, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yep.
and if you think of anything from 2016, it's like a foreign object.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I mean, you look at a 2016 car compared to a 2022 car, and it's like a little Matchbox car.
Are you
Like, it's
gonna,
not even the same.
Are you gonna invest in a new one versus your old high school?
My
MacBook?
MacBook, I don't know. You know, for me, it's really gonna depend on the software, the new Mac platform that they're also gonna be releasing. The Mac, what are they calling it? It's California Beach is the name of it. Their OS.
Oh, Big Sur? Wait, no, that's not
No, it's not Big Sur. Type in new Mac OS
right.
once.
Not Cantina. Or
No, it's
whatever
not
that was.
Cantina. It's a M name.
Monterey?
Might be Monterey.
I think it's Monterey, yeah. There's
New-
always such weird names they have for their OSs.
What is it?
That's what it comes up as.
Monterey?
Mac OS Monterey.
Yeah, okay. So their new Mac OS, that's supposed to be pretty
Yeah.
cool. For me, it's going to depend on the overall specs once it's released. Obviously, the cost is going to be a big factor. I really hope they don't jump on the train that everybody's running on of jacking up their price just for no reason, because, these products that they put in them, like this new chip that they developed,
Yeah.
it costs the same as it did in 2016 to
Yeah,
develop
for
this
sure.
chip.
Yeah, and I think that might be where Mac actually has their advantage just slightly is in the market, because a lot of people are using the same type of chips for computers, like
Yeah.
Intel, AMD. But since Apple makes their own chips, I think that they wouldn't have a chip shortage since they're making their own chips for their
Yeah.
own products, and nobody else is using.
As the
their
guy,
chips.
Yeah.
as the guy who uses Android products, you'd be out of place there like a non-praying mantis.
What?
I didn't get it.
You mean like
A non-
what,
like
you
a-
mean
like a-
pariah? I think that's what you mean.
Yeah, because you're
It's
an
just like an
Android.
atheist.
You're gonna be out of place there like a non-praying
Like an
mantis,
atheist in a
surrounded by
synagogue?
praying
Yes, I get
mantises.
what you're saying. Listen, alright. I like
Listen.
Mac PC products, or like Mac computer products are okay. Mac phones are trash, I think. Apple
I don't
phones
know
are
about
trash.
that. But yeah, I agree with you about the chip shortage thing. I know I've read a couple of reports are saying like, why the fuck are they launching a new chip as well as a brand new computer with the global chip shortage? But I think again, like what you're saying, they have their own plants, they have their own manufacturing companies, they have their own infrastructure
Yeah.
to where I agree that I don't think
And nobody else is using that.
yeah, and they're not using them, whereas everybody else, like you said, are using the
same type of
Intel.
chips,
They're
yeah.
using AMD.
Every PC uses Intel or AMD or
Yep.
maybe a couple others.
Yep. So I think I don't think they're gonna have as many issues as everybody else is having at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of Android phones pretty much all use like the Snapdragon chip, I believe, is what they use for their phone.
Snapdragon.
It's like the processor.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that what they use?
That's what
How
the
long's
chip
that
is
been
called,
around?
Snapdragon. It's been around for a long time, actually.
Oh, a long time, huh? Seems like they haven't got any updates in a while.
No, the Snapdragon chips, like, there's new Snapdragon chips all the time.
Oh yeah, it's an updated one, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's actually
okay.
very fast.
So your phone runs pretty good still?
Yeah, it runs great.
Why are you
actually.
getting a new one then?
Because my phone is fucked. My screen is fucked.
Because my phone is
My
fucked.
screen is fucked as fuck.
That's
Oh,
what happens
okay.
when you have an Android.
And I don't want to pay to buy a new screen when it's a little bit more just to get a new phone. It makes no sense.
That's how they get
I
you.
mean, you
right
could do
there.
it yourself.
But the fucking
For
screen
cheaper.
on? I don't trust myself to do that.
You gotta teach yourself,
You
and
know
you'll
what,
save money.
It's like putting on like the most delicate window. In
You
the
know
world,
what would help
probably.
you avoid having to get a new screen, right?
Not crack it? Yeah, I know.
No, updating to Apple.
No, I could just as easily crack an Apple phone. Honestly, I bet I could easily crack an Apple phone.
I have never cracked an Apple phone.
I haven't either.
I
Actually,
have.
no, I did. That was at my iPhone 5.
I cracked
Yeah.
mine twice. One was my freshman year of college. I was walking back to Shoemaker Hall,
Oh, yeah.
and I was passing the WIC building.
Yeah.
No,
I
The
was
science one, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was texting, and like it was winter, so I kind of like slipped on a little thing of ice, and
Oh,
it caused
damn.
me to lose my grip, and my phone fell flat on the screen.
Oof.
That's what happened to me. Not quite like that. I'm gonna blame Austin, to be honest. We had an Uber back home, and I was standing outside Searles, and it was like, when's the Uber coming? And I had my phone in my pocket, and I was drunk, so I like whipped it out, and it like flew out of my hand onto the sidewalk and smacked hard.
Dude, your
And this
phone
all happened.
your phone looks like the side of a van of a guy who just like banged the other crime boss's daughter, and then they got like pissed off, so they came and tried to shoot you up while you're in the van, but they missed. So it's still kind
It's
of
like
it
mushrooms,
still kind of
yeah.
works, but like there's bullet holes in the whole
I
thing.
mean, honestly, it works great.
You lost
there's
me.
a little bit of like dead ink here, dead pixels here, and then up here is like really hard to read. But
Not gonna
after
lie, that
it's
explanation,
in here.
Josh, you lost me after daughter.
The mafia
Stacking
boss's
blocks.
daughter.
I was
It's like
yeah.
It's like, have you ever seen the Migos music video Hercules, where he gets like tortured by the mob boss
Yeah,
for
dude, that's
fucking
what
his
I'm
daughter?
saying.
But the other
He boned
time,
his daughter, and now his phone got shot up like a van.
the other time I cracked my phone was I went out to the bar with you guys one night. I think it was my junior year in college. I got back home safe, and like my phone was fine, and I woke up and it was cracked the next morning. I had no recollection, like how did I
That's
crack
the
this?
worst.
Because I would have absolutely remembered if my phone
Yeah,
got
yeah.
cracked.
Yep.
And like I even checked it before I went to bed. Like it didn't seem cracked or anything.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mysterious what happens when you're in your early 20s.
The
nights.
blackout.
Dude, there's some weird
You know,
shit,
I always
bro.
say this. Your early 20s is the time to do the most damage to your body.
Oh yeah.
So you can
absolutely.
spend the rest of your entire life recovering from what you did in your early
I wouldn't say
20s.
recovering, but
Put
yeah.
that on a t-shirt.
Trademark.
Yep.
That's a verbal
I thought you
trademark.
were gonna say sometimes you
That
go
is
out and
a
you,
Bet
wake up with no
Records
pants
verbal
on.
trademark. If you take our trademark, we will sue you.
If you trade our mark, we will sue.
We will sue.
Goddamn.
Justin, your dad's a lawyer, right?
No.
Oh,
No,
you're supposed to say yes.
DA, bro.
He's
supposed to say
retired
yes.
DEA.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's a
I
lawyer.
said-
All
I said-
right.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
not
lawyer.
a lawyer.
He's a lawyer now. And speaking of laws,
Surprise!
He probably knows a lot about drug law.
there you go. And speaking of laws, about California making that law that they can't use gas appliances now,
Yeah.
like leaf blowers and smaller electronics like generators
Yeah.
and shit. What do
Yeah.
you guys think about that? Is it kind of fucking bogus for a whole state to make a law about that, or what?
So what did the law say?
Basically, what it said is that in the state of California, you can no longer use gas-powered leaf blowers or small appliances, i.e., generators and stuff of that nature.
So what about cars that run on gas?
Well, they're already
It's
kind of
not-
shifting to
Yeah.
electric.
And that's not
Well,
a
you
small
can't-
appliance yet.
What you don't understand about
Yeah.
that type of gas energy, you can't just snap your fingers and expect to make that transition overnight.
Well, no, yeah.
That takes years
So
to
that's-
develop to that. Like,
Yeah.
we are very reliant on gas-powered.
Fossil
Yeah.
fuels.
Gas
yeah.
power.
Yeah,
all
what I'm
that
reading
stuff.
here is, so by 2022, there will be no gas-powered leaf blowers or lawnmowers sold in California at all.
Oh, or lawnmowers. I didn't know it was lawnmowers too.
Damn.
Yep.
That's pretty. Sus.
I mean, honestly,
As
we
well-
have like here we have an electric lawnmower and leaf blower, and honestly, it's not even that bad. Like
Oh,
it's
I'm
actually
sure
kind
I'm
of
sure
it's actually
those
kinda
tools
lit,
are
not gonna
probably
lie.
pretty
Yeah, but
well
imagine now
developed,
taking the
honestly.
entire population of Minnesota, doubling it, and saying in a year, it's illegal to have anything that's gas powered.
well, it's probably not illegal. Is it illegal?
Yeah,
or
is-
can you
is-
just
is it
not
illegal
buy
to
it?
I don't
use it,
think
or
you
you
can
just
buy
can't
I
buy
think
it?
just don't think you can buy it. Yeah.
Well, even so, that'll probably help over time. You know.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, to
and
make it
honestly, I'm
illegal to
betting
possess
it's probably
that
gonna
stuff.
be in, like, probably within the next decade. It's probably gonna be probably cheaper anyways to buy electric tools
Yeah.
than it will be to
Yeah.
buy.
I'm sure they-
gas-powered
yeah.
tools.
Yeah, but then again, California people like to smell their own farts in that state. So
But then, how does like a golf course like mow their lawn? Do they have to like get a fucking gas one or
Well,
what?
I
Because they
think
don't make them that big.
They do make electric
They're probably
zero
working on
turns.
getting those bigger ones.
They already
I
do make
suppose.
electric zero turns. From what I heard, they're not very good yet, just because it kind of takes a lot
It's
of power.
newer yet, I'm sure.
And it's newer, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't actually. Now that you mention that, I don't know if it would qualify for what they're talking
Right,
about.
like a
though.
small
I'm
appliance. right?
guessing
Yeah,
you can
that's
get
true.
like a commercial license or a special license.
Maybe they'll have a
something.
special license
Yeah.
or something.
It's even like the farmers and shit, you know what I mean, out
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking too. They just have that much land that they
Yeah,
usually
that's
have a
true.
rider and not like
Yeah.
a little push one. That makes sense for the push ones.
So they're just not gonna sell all that crap. I mean, it's already kind of getting there though. Like, have you
Yeah,
guys?
it's
I don't know when the
definitely
last
getting
time you've been to like Home Depot or Menards is, but
Mhm.
if you go in their lawnmower section, dude, 90% of that shit is electric.
electric.
There's
Really?
there's like
Makes
3
sense.
gas ones for sale.
Them.
Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'd see that.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt it either. I mean, every year we see more of the fucking car charging stations anyways. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that everything else is going in the same direction.
It's just
That's-
the fucking way she goes.
Yeah, I guess I'm not super surprised that it's California leading the charge.
Oh yeah.
Because they're always trying to be like progressive and shit.
And they have the most. Well, I don't know about New York, but they probably have the most people.
Yeah,
Too,
well,
as a
New
state.
York has
no,
people.
state-wise, California has the most people.
Okay,
and
I
they also-
figured.
and they
but-
also have the highest hippie population.
Well, yes. And
homeless
economy-wise,
population.
economy-wise, California could be its own freaking country, dude.
Yeah.
They make
Yeah.
so much money.
But yeah, New York, I mean, I'm not really as concerned with them just because a lot of them don't even drive in New York. Like, a lot of people and don't have
Yeah, that's
yards. A lot of people don't mow. I mean, half the population in New York lives in apartments.
True, yeah. It's a very, very
Also gotta
small
remember,
square-
upstate New York is
small
pretty big.
square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still
Those
a
people
few,
love to drive.
but yeah, there's still a few, but it's not nearly as much as, say, Cali.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's much more dense per capita.
I'd say New York is kind of like China, but there's just a bunch of apartments.
I would say like Beijing.
But you also have to
There's-
remember
China
that
is a pretty big area. There's
you
a lot
also
of
have to remember
fucking
China
farmland,
has
too.
1 billion people living there.
Dude.
They're the most populated nation in the world, and their population's starting to decline.
Think about it.
Yeah.
New York is
Well,
the China.
It's similar,
of
it's
the
similar
world.
to New York too. 'Cause New York is the most population per capita, I believe, in the United States.
Yeah.
In the
There's
United
most people live in
States,
New York.
yeah, because I think the most densely populated city in the world is Delhi or New Delhi
That
in
makes sense. Yeah, I
India.
would definitely
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That
Yeah,
was last time I
New
checked.
Delhi,
Because
in India, for
India,
sure, I would
India
bet,
is
yeah.
very densely
Oh, yeah, for
populated.
sure. Well, India also has a population of 1 billion, I believe.
Yep, they're second most populated
That's
nation.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's a fuck ton of people in India.
There's
dude.
a lot of people in India, yeah.
Yeah, but India's
You
population is
wanna be a
growing. And
millionaire?
One seventh
India's
of the population.
population is growing. China's declining.
Well, yeah, because of their laws.
Baby
and,
thing.
laws,
Yep.
and also, like, shortage of, I believe, shortage of women as well.
Do you know which?
Yeah, the women
Well,
shortage.
compared to
That's
men,
rough.
like, there's not enough women for men.
Bro, we're
the
dealing-
women are just short there. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you know which?
We're dealing with no computers and shit, and they're having a shortage of women. Dude, how rough is that, bro?
I was looking at a stat a couple months ago. Do you know which nation in I think the next 30 years will actually overtake the U.S. in population? You will not get what nation it'll be.
North Korea,
No.
South Korea.
It starts with an N though.
Is it It's
So yeah,
definitely-
it's close.
It's definitely not Nigeria.
It is
No
Nigeria.
way, really? That's
It is Nigeria.
Damn, I can't even think of other nations.
Why is that?
I'm not too sure exactly why, but Nigeria is. I want to say it's. I think it's the most populated nation in Africa.
Could be.
They
It
just
could
like to
be.
bone over there, huh?
I guess so, but I think the fourth most populated nation is Indonesia.
Either
I think
way.
that's what I saw. But yeah,
Oh, you're not pregnant? All right, come here.
you're so.
Oh, that's how that works.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I just,
The ancient
doing?
burial
Play with this cup?
ground.
I was gonna make my screen flat,
that's a good idea.
Flat. Wait, as flat as the Earth is?
bro. The Earth is flat.
I always knew you were a flat earther.
You're a flat earther.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
towel. I was so pissed at you at the bar. I'm like, hey Josh, you're a towel, and you're like, just staring at me. I'm like, dude, you're not even gonna do it back.
No, I was busy. I was talking to people.
No, you weren't.
Yeah,
because,
No, you weren't. You were looking
This
right
lady,
at me.
he didn't want to expose his funny character
No,
for his lady.
I was doing it. I don't even know what you were talking
I did
about.
not hear you respond.
Well, yeah, I didn't feel like responding.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Why not? Because you're acknowledging that you're a towel.
He
Wasn't
knows
even
his
No
true
comment.
identity.
That wasn't even a good one.
Yeah.
You know,
You should
Okay.
watch that episode again.
Tally is only in one episode, right?
No.
he's across like the whole show, bro.
Dude, I swear to God, he's in a
He's in a
handful.
handful.
Of episodes.
And once
It's
At
the-
least 4.
once
It's
they
pretty
moved,
nuts that he's such
once
an
they
iconic
moved to
character.
Tegrity Farms, he's in like every episode.
It's
Of that
good
season.
shit.
True.
just-
See, that was better.
That was okay.
That was better.
All right, you think you could do better? Prove me wrong.
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly. Even Q-Tips was better than yours.
You're a towel.
I don't even know. I haven't heard Tally in a long time, honestly.
You haven't heard Towley? What are you talking about? You wanna go get high in the park? We can go grab the truck and go to the park and get really high.
If you go to the park, don't forget to bring a towel.
Jesus Christ.
See, yours is whack, bro. You sound
No,
like
that was you.
no. What?
That last one was you.
No, that last
The
one was
first
Q-Tip,
one was
bro.
me.
That was just you.
No, it wasn't.
Shut up, Justin.
No, it was Towley. Shut up.
Everybody knows who's the superior Towley is.
Oh my God.
Who?
We
Towley. Not you, not Trenton, not me, not Q-Tip. Towley's the superior towel.
He is the spirit.
You're a towel.
Yeah.
Who you calling a towel?
Calling you a towel, you little fool. Shut your mouth.
All right, we better move on before that happens.
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of towels and throwing in the towel,
Oh, okay.
John
I see
John
what you did there.
Gruden has thrown in. He's thrown in the towel. Oh, you want to go to the other one?
Holy shit! You skipped over like 8 things.
Oh, yeah. Some other people have walked out and thrown out the towel, huh?
We already started the John Gruden stuff.
No, it's too
No.
late.
We're fine. We'll stop.
Wait, no, shut up. You gotta rewind.
Oh!
You gotta rewind.
Speaking of towels,
Jesus Christ.
some other people are throwing in the towels at Southwest Airlines.
That's not actually a bad transition. That was kind of decent.
What was it, like a couple thousand flights got
Yeah,
canceled yesterday?
It was like
That was a shit show.
I know on the weekend over 1,600 flights got canceled, and yesterday I think another 600 to 800. Yeah,
And
It
did you
was-
see?
it's
Did
been
you
a
see
real
the?
shit show.
Did you see the lines at the airport?
yeah.
All the airports, just thousands of people just sitting like, okay, now what?
Well, I don't know what's going on with Southwest Airlines because nobody else canceled their flights. Like literally no
It's
other
just because of
airline.
the pilots, it's like walkout. It's an employee walkout because of the vaccines. I
At
believe.
Southwest,
That's what
are
I
they
believe, yeah.
requiring the vaccine?
They're trying to require them, and that's part of why I believe I forget what the governor's name is. That's why he was like, all right, private business like no vaccine mandates or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm sure most of those companies are they based out of Texas?
Southwest is based out of Dallas, I believe.
Oh,
sure.
that's smart. So that's all
Yeah.
political.
I did see.
Bastards.
I did see a picture on the internet of one of the pilots during like the whole cancellation fiasco. He opened the window of one of the planes and threw out a "Don't tread on me" flag, basically saying, "Don't fuck with my rights. Like, you can't make me fucking get this. I can do whatever the fuck I want."
Weird.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, and I've heard a lot of people are getting fucking pissed, especially, and I'm sure it's gonna happen fast because once you shut down those kind of supply chains of actual people, it's one thing to stop or like fuck with like goods and services, but once you fuck with people, that gets some people riled up.
Like, what is their?
Yeah,
Well,
it was,
I want to see
Oh,
what
yeah,
their
and it
stock
looks like
is right
there's
now.
been-
It's probably
Looks like
down.
there's been poor staffing problems too. Like pilots have been asked to pick up more shifts, and like
Yes.
there's not as many coverage as there should be. Like,
I've heard
there's
it's
a couple other issues. Too.
I heard it's got a lot better today. I've
Yeah,
heard
I hope
they're
it's gonna get better.
yeah, I've heard they're back to almost normal. But yeah, it's gonna be definitely interesting, especially heading into the holiday season. This is not a good time to be fucking around
yeah,
with
true.
not being a pilot.
true.
get your goddamn hat on, and get your goddamn plane. Shut the fuck up.
Don't forget your mask.
Don't forget your mask. Don't forget your towel.
Your face towel.
Hey, he's rubbing your vape on
My
his
face
foot.
diaper.
Your face
There
thing.
you go.
Shin diaper is what they call it.
He's rubbing your vape on his foot.
Oh
Why?
yeah, totally.
That's hot.
He just got
That's
toe,
hot.
toe jam on there.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know
And
why.
that's my jam.
But that is your jam.
It is. Well, actually, it's Justin's jam.
On,
Yeah, it's
on
gotta be.
your-
It's really shitty, probably though, to be one of the people who get stranded out there. Like
That's
you
kind of
know,
what I was
imagine you're
wondering
not even
too.
where you
What
are,
happened with all the people? Did they just get delayed to
I'm
the
sure,
next
I'm
day,
sure
or
they're
what?
getting losing a lot of money in vouchers.
Yeah,
but
I saw
people are
one
pissed, man.
report where a lady had a flight going out on Saturday and she got rescheduled to this evening.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Damn, yeah, that is terrible.
So that's a three,
Yeah,
almost 4
4.
day vouch. Which if you're in a position for work, for example, where you fly all over the country and do random
think
shit,
about flying for work, but yeah, that's a good
and
point.
you miss out on 3-4 days of other because
Yeah,
that
that's true.
and for those people who fly all over the country, they're flying 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a week.
Yep.
Well, you also have to remember Southwest Airlines isn't the most popular airline by air traffic. That goes to Delta. They
That's
have the
true.
most flights.
That's true.
Southwest has certain routes that other flights don't
Yeah.
have. Like Delta has flights everywhere, connecting everywhere. Because
Yep.
I have a $150 voucher to Southwest Airlines that I need to use in the next month, and I was thinking about going to visit my friends down in Tampa. Southwest Airlines doesn't have a direct flight from
yeah.
Minneapolis to Tampa. As with Delta, they have direct flights from Minneapolis to everywhere.
Dude, it is-
Southwest is very selective about
Yeah,
their
yeah, they
airlines
control
and
a
their
very certain
destinations.
portion
Yeah.
of the country.
Because
they
the-
also specialize in certain areas too.
Because Delta's the busiest airline, hands down. Do you guys know what the busiest airport in the world is?
Chicago.
Probably
Nope.
Isn't it JFK?
LaGuardia?
Nope.
LaGuardia? No.
I thought
Nope.
it was JFK.
Nope.
Let's
JFK is
see.
not even in the top. Not even in the
Damn.
top 10.
Uh,
Or it may be, but it's. But in the
Vegas.
U.S., nope.
Not Vegas.
You're not gonna guess it.
O'Hare?
Brazil.
Nope.
Is it
O'Hare.
somewhere? Is it somewhere in?
U.S. in the
Oregon?
U.S.
No,
O'Hare's
Oregon,
number
no.
2.
Is it somewhere in Washington?
Nope.
LAX?
Nope. LAX is number. Actually, LAX is number 2 and O'Hare is number 3.
O'Hara. Where's
Oh.
O'Hara?
Chicago.
Chicago.
I said
see it,
Chicago.
I can see it. Makes sense.
Lauderdale?
Nope.
Or wait, or is it Fort Worth?
Fort Worth is.
I'll give you a
that's-
hint.
That would be Dallas, like Dallas.
I'll give
MSD?
you. I'll give you a hint. It's where I was born.
Fuck.
All right. Who knows that answer?
They blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
23. That doesn't help either.
Atlanta.
Yep.
Oh.
Atlanta.
I
Hartsfield
knew that.
Airport in Atlanta is the busiest
I
airport
was
in the
just
world.
testing you guys to see if you knew. That's why I didn't say it.
Atlanta Hartsfield is the busiest airport in the world because it's the
Damn.
hub for Delta Airlines.
Oh, makes sense.
It's been the busiest airport in the world since 1998
That's their hub.
by air traffic control.
That's their hub, huh? You
Yep.
know what my hub is?
Hmm.
This is
Corn.
It's a
NBA.
It's a black and orange flag. That's why starts with a P.
You lost me.
Ends with a hub.
You had me confused.
That's
for
the
a
number
second.
one hub.
But
That's
then-
the
but
number
then-
one hub.
But then
in
he
the
said.
world.
But
That's
then he
really the
started
number
with
one
P.
hub.
He's like it starts with P and ends in hub.
I
I mean, you
If
could
we're
have just
talking
said
about
you could have
hubs.
just said P hub, and I would have knew what you were talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
You want to know a better site? Xvideos.com.
Well, jeez, you just
Wow.
threw it right out there.
Okay.
And
Moving on.
Time to shut Justin down again and move on.
Oh my God. Holy
Hey, listen. The thing about canceling people is you can't cancel someone who doesn't give a fuck.
damn.
Speaking of canceling somebody, have you heard about the New York Nets canceling
New
Kyrie Irving?
Brooklyn Nets.
What'd I say?
You said New York
New
Nets.
York, I don't know. I don't know anything
I don't
about
give a
basketball.
shit.
You don't get
Uh,
that.
Exactly. You don't give a shit,
Where's
so we can't
Brooklyn?
cancel you.
Is
The
that in New
Nets.
York?
The Nets.
So it is in New York.
New York. The Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, so it's New York.
So the Nets. Kyrie is refusing to get the vaccine, and they are now. He is saying he will not. He won't play in places where they require it, which is obviously New York. So he was under the impression he could still play away games. Now the team announced that they will not allow him to play at all until he gets the vaccine, and I think he's refusing.
Yep, I believe he's
So-
refusing. Yep.
Essentially, is Kyrie done?
Well, for the time being, apparently.
Pretty much for the time being. I remember there was a report about another player, and I couldn't find it before we started. Pretty much, yeah. Kyrie Irving has left the Nets with no choice but to sideline him until he's fully eligible.
Yeah.
Our reports from Alex Schiffer.
Schiffer.
Probably
Do we
Schaefer,
think he's
but
going
so-
to? I mean, do we,
I think he gives in, yeah. I
Think he gives in?
I mean, it's a lot of money to be tossing up, and I'm pretty
because
sure...
if he's
I'm pretty
sidelined,
sure he
is he
wants
still
to
getting
play,
paid?
you
I don't
know?
think he's getting paid if he's not playing.
I doubt it. I doubt
No,
it.
I believe, if you don't play, you don't get paid until you play, pretty much. So he's either got him...
What's his
Basically,
contract right now?
That's another good question. But I was just reading that basically his part-time player idea is not going to work because they're not going to pay him to be...
A part-time player.
Shows up to every other practice and every other game. Why would you even
Yeah,
pay
because
for
they
someone
won't let
like
him
that?
practice at all.
For the same reason, exactly.
Yeah, so he wouldn't practice. He'd just be games. And it's like, that's fucking stupid.
Okay.
Anybody want a carrot?
Oh, fuck vegetables, dude.
Fuck
His
this.
contract runs through 23 and is worth a little bit over $71 million.
So he's making, how many year contract is it? Or was it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's see when it started.
So I'm reading a schedule to make $35.2 million this season. It says the Nets say he'll still be paid for those games that he is technically eligible to play in. So half the games, I guess. Then
Well, is that what they said? Is that they're still going to pay him
Yeah.
even though he can't play?
it says this is from today, right? Yeah, this is from
Well,
today.
if he still practices, he has
He
to
can't
get paid.
practice.
He can't practice?
No,
So
he
if
can't
Irving-
practice because they have to have the vaccine
This
in New
is
York.
saying if Irving does not get vaccinated for the entire season, he would lose roughly $15 million.
I mean, $15 million to not get vaccinated.
Yeah.
I don't know, dog.
Yeah, he's guaranteed a half to not play or practice at all the way it is.
Yeah, so that's
Unless they cut him,
Yeah,
which they can do.
that's true.
Send him to Dallas.
Yeah, it depends what the contract would be, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how that really works. You can't... I'm sure you got to pay out some of the contract if you still cut him, right?
Probably just
Probably
the guaranteed
some, yeah.
portion, but he
Yeah.
probably already got the guaranteed portion.
Maybe
That's
true.
unfair.
Also, yep. Yeah, we would have to see his contract, which I mean, we're not gonna look that obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's probably got to be some clause in there about that he would only receive a certain amount if he was cut. No way there would be. I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting for sure.
Yep.
You got anything?
Might
Speaking
be
of
still be developing
contracts being terminated, then let's get into it, boys.
And towels.
And towels. Throwing in towels, the proverbial towel. John Gruden out as the Raiders head coach after leading them to a solid start to the season.
Yeah.
With some high play from Derek Carr leading the charge, as well as some other familiar faces kind of tearing it up in the new stadium. Almost halfway through his 10-year contract, he decides to wave it goodbye after some controversial emails showed up over the weekend. We initially, during the Sunday night football game, some of the commentators actually addressed it and said, hey, it was an email from one random email from 10 years ago. It wasn't okay what he said, but at the same time, it was 10 years ago. He's probably a different person now.
When he wasn't even a head coach.
When he wasn't even playing,
Right.
and they're basically like, as long as he gives a sincere apology, I don't understand. And that was Tony Dungy. And he's like, as long as he gives a sincere apology, I'd accept it. And then Monday rolls around.
When the
And-
emails surfaced.
There were about, I think, 10 or 15 more emails that were dropped,
Yeah, there's like a
spanning from 10 years ago to as early as 2 years ago,
Yep.
about ripping on. Justin, what were some of the things he ripped people on?
Hold on.
Hold on, carrots.
So he was emailing with I think it was I forget who it was actually, but he did address Roger Goodell, calling him a homophobic slur, and then went on to call him a spineless pussy. Which
I thought that was
which
funny.
which honestly, he's not wrong.
He's kind of
Roger Goodell is a massive pussy. So honestly, I applaud him for that. I don't applaud him for the homophobic slur.
All right, fair.
Is that that all
Is
you
that
got?
it?
Yeah,
That's
that's
okay.
all I
What
got.
about the Biden one?
The Biden one. So I think it was when. Joe Biden was vice president with Obama, and I think it was when the Kaepernick stuff was happening. He called Obama and Biden a bunch of spineless cowards and pussies, some other shit. And I mean, all I gotta say to that is, let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, dude. Interesting. Those are in emails.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird email content. I feel like.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah, and
Well-
you know, Josh last night when I told him about this, he looked at the Facebook posts and was reading the comments, and one person said, "Man, they could find John Gruden's emails from 10 years ago, but they can't find Hillary Clinton's emails from
Yeah.
years over."
Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, and then so now they have their new interim head coach starting up on whatever the fuck their game is. I think they're a Sunday night game, aren't they, this week?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Raiders.
Yep.
I first of all, they need to check this guy's emails before they hire him.
Yeah,
have him
might be a good
proofread it,
idea.
bro.
Have him proofread his
Someone.
emails. How do we think this is going to? Do we think this is going to affect the Raiders at all, as far as how their team plays or any of that, or
I
do we
mean-
think it's just a John Gruden issue?
I think losing a coach is pretty impactful. So who is taking over?
God, I can't remember his name. He's a kind of a nobody, but
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be definitely something to see. I would say it's definitely gonna negatively impact them for a few weeks at least, especially just to adjust.
yeah,
That's what I
Yeah,
initially
they
think.
play in Denver this week,
that's a
afternoon on
tough
Sunday.
stretch.
They lost against the Bears of all people, 20 to I think it was 7 or 9, so they didn't even get double digits. They did not. Their car didn't perform well. Their whole team didn't perform well,
Yeah.
and I'm sure most of it was due to that reason, you know. But and just all the rumors and stuff coming along with that. But I don't think that they have a good game this week. I think it'll take them a couple weeks to get that locker room, kind of
Figured
behind the
out,
whole
yeah.
transition and kind of a new plan moving forward. I believe it was either their offensive or defensive head coach that's now
Yeah.
the head coach or something.
we,
So someone in the same organization,
So
but still.
in 2015, John Gruden, he condemned a congressional bill that attempted to force the Washington Redskins to change their name, which many Native Americans view as a slur. Gruden received a link also that year detailing how players wanted Goodell to support them in efforts to promote racial equality and criminal justice reform. In quotes, Gruden said he needs to hide in his concussion protocol tent. That's one of them.
I mean, that wasn't that bad. I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so crazy stuff. Do we think John Gruden's gonna get another shot either in the NFL, being an analyst, working for ESPN, any of those at Fox Sports?
I don't
No
know.
way.
Probably not in the immediate future. Maybe a couple of years down the line when the
Okay.
dust is settled. Maybe
Yeah.
That's probably your most likely bet, if
Yeah.
anything.
If anything, he gets a desk job behind, a bunch of computers to review plays or something for a
Yeah,
team.
something very
I
low
don't.
key.
Yeah, nothing on the air, nothing where his face is involved, something
Yeah.
where he's
Yeah.
behind the scenes. I think is kind of
Okay.
the only option for him.
Even though and we still think that even though, say for example, Adrian Peterson beat his kids, still got to play. Antonio Brown beat up that chick, he's still playing.
True.
True.
Do we think this is worse or not as bad in terms of overall effect to the NFL?
So Justin, what's worse? Someone beating up a kid or sending racial emails?
But
Somebody beating up a kid. No
That's
doubt.
kind of what I think too.
okay.
That's
So
kind of
you-
where I'm at too. I think
Yes.
it just comes down
'Cause-
to, unfortunately, the player versus a coach.
Because this is just me. Words are words until you raise your fist at someone and actually do something.
Mhm.
Once your words turns into actions, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Doesn't proclaim like what you're saying is right, but at the same time, I have no respect for anybody that puts their hand on a child or a woman.
Yeah.
So I never thought about it like that. That is a good point, though. In comparison to the other cases,
Yeah.
after
we
that
think-
conversation, I think that he should have some kind of other shot.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
do we
look at how Roger Goodell handled the whole Ray Rice situation. Gave him only 4 games for knocking his fiance unconscious. But then once the video surfaced, he was like, "Oh shit!" Now everyone knows. So then he banned Rice for the whole season. Rice never got shot ever again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
before that, Goodell had seen the video, but it had not became public. So that's where Goodell got under fire for it. Because he had seen the video and only gave him 4 games.
Damn.
And you guys have all seen that video, right?
Once upon a time.
Probably,
Like,
yeah,
that
at
was
one point.
vicious.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. But I mean, and is it gonna be different because he is the head coach and because of his role on the team versus say just a player?
It really depends on how the players who played for him viewed him as a coach and as a person. Like, because in the days that these emails have come out, I thought for sure that a player would have come out, especially Carl Nassib, the guy for the Raiders who came out as gay this season. If, like, all that stuff was, like, Gruden being a bad person, why wouldn't Nassib have come out and said, like, yeah, he's a fucking horrible person. He's against me. Like, he always, like, from a story I read, like, Gruden praised him for coming out saying that he was strong and all that. So, until, like, a player breaks their silence and finally says, like, okay, this is the type of man that John Gruden was, then we'll never know.
Yeah, I know I saw one thing on Instagram of a player from the past that he's played with that basically said, like, I told you guys he was a shit dude. Like, high
I
key.
mean-
I don't remember what team it was, and I can't even remember the dude's name, honestly.
That was
but
he was played for the Tampa Bay when they won the Super Bowl. but-
Warren Sapp,
No, not Warren Sapp.
yeah, I don't remember what was in there.
Dexter Jackson.
No. But yeah, so he was basically being like, oh yeah, I knew he was a bad guy. Always gave me
Keyshawn Johnson.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, he was basically roasting him and just saying, he didn't do anything. He didn't do any work. He didn't really help him to the championship. He just kind of
He's always been a fraud.
he's always been a fraud. And I'm like, I don't know. In my eyes, I don't think you can say that kind of shit because the dude coached you to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And one thing I will
Like-
always say, as a guy who's had many coaches in his life, there have been coaches that I've absolutely loved, really made me become a better player and a person, and kids on my team that just absolutely hated their guts.
Yeah.
And vice
sometimes
versa,
it's not
coaches that
actually-
I hated and people just loved. So
Yep.
it could just been a love-hate relationship between Johnson
be,
and
yeah.
Gruden,
Mhm.
or he could be telling the truth.
Yeah,
It's hard to say without more player testimony.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see kind of what happens. Obviously, it's that his story is done as of now. But it'll be interesting to see if he resurfaces and how that turns into, how that affects all the other teams and how it affects everybody else. I anticipate that interviews are going to be a lot less than they have been. People aren't going to be sharing as much in the near future, just in their post-game interviews and stuff. It's going to be a lot more hush-hush just because now everybody's kind of on alert that whatever you said at any point in your life is
Yep.
going to possibly cost you your job.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of tension and safety in the air.
Yeah, oh yeah. So that's super interesting. You know what else is interesting?
What else?
Smash or pass.
Smash or pass.
Bringing it back?
I think we're gonna bring it back for
We're
week
still
2.
working title, I think, still, but
Well,
No,
I don't know.
I think it should be set in
Alright,
stone.
you guys
I think
weren't
smash or
really into it
pass.
last week, and now you're into the smash or pass.
Well, yeah, that's because I tried making better ones. I was like, God, all these other ones suck. Smash or pass actually sounds pretty good.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, Trenton, smash or pass? Waiver wire edition. Alexander Madison on the Vikings replacing Dalvin Cook, injured this week, or Damian Williams on Kansas City replacing CEH. I don't know if this is a smash or pass, but who you gonna smash and who you gonna pass?
If I had to pick between the two, I got one waiver spot to pick up, right?
Yeah.
I think that I will go Williams. It's sounding like Cook will be out again in week 6, or at least be back to a limited role again against the
Yep.
Panthers. I think that they will just go ahead and sit him because they got to buy in week 7. The Vikings do.
Just get him healthy.
Give him an extra week or two, get him up to full speed again, and let him roll through the rest of the season. We've seen CEH been performing fantasy-wise at least pretty decent in comparison to last season. He's been getting a couple touchdowns, couple double-digit performances versus last year it was kind of single digits most of the season. So I would grab Williams just due to the fact that I should look at how long CEH is supposed to be out for as well.
Yeah.
But I would go with Williams if I had to.
Williams? Okay. I like that answer. Q-tip. Smash or pass? Raising Cane's chicken fingers
Oh.
or Chick-fil-A? Is it
Nuggets.
sandwiches? Nuggets? I
They
don't know.
have
Just
chicken strips.
Chick-fil-A the restaurant. Smash or pass?
I don't think Chick-fil-A has chicken strips. They just have nuggets.
They have strips too. They
They
have
do?
They're
strips.
just probably whack.
They're okay.
But just as restaurant versus restaurant.
Smash Raising Cane's all day.
Smash Raising Cane's. Okay.
That's
Do you have
obviously-
reasoning behind that one?
That chicken is honestly, I think it's a lot juicier. It tastes a lot better just in
Yeah.
general. And of course, you can't beat the cane sauce. The
Oh,
Chick-fil-A
yeah.
sauce is good, but the cane
See,
sauce
that,
is just way
that
better,
bread
man.
is what's nuts for me. On
The
the
bread too. The bread really elevates it too. I think.
I just love how now they're selling Chick-fil-A sauce in the supermarkets.
Oh, yeah.
In bottles.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen
I
that.
might have to.
I saw that when I
I might
was
have
back
to
home.
sauce some of that.
Yeah. You can buy a gallon of cane sauce at the restaurant as well too.
You can buy a gallon.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think you can too.
Yeah, you can buy a gallon of
Why
homemade as
Why
well.
would you need a gallon?
Of cane
Because you
sauce?
just
Fuck
can't
it.
get enough.
You can't get enough, baby.
All right, Justin.
Damn.
Smash or pass? The Houston Astros or the Boston Red Sox?
Did Houston win tonight?
Houston won tonight.
Yep.
They will be playing the Boston Red Sox in the
ALCS.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Red Sox all the way, baby.
Why do you say that?
Yeah.
Other than being a Boston fan,
Red Sox all the way.
and I know you're a baseball fan, so I know you know some fucking statistics.
Yeah,
I know you
don't
know something. Come on.
I don't know. I would just say that the performance that the Red Sox put on against the Rays, who were the best team
Yeah.
in the AL all season, putting up
Yeah.
100 wins,
Yep.
and beating them in the fashion that they did in the ALDS.
Yeah, they crushed
it just
them.
shows that the Red Sox have a lot of potential that they weren't really living up to in the regular season, but now it's showing in the playoffs, and I just think it's going to be too much for Houston. And I think the Red Sox are going to come out on top. And it's hard to say who will, if they do go to the World Series, who it will be.
Who's your prediction?
I haven't really checked the National League. Have you seen did the Giants or
National
the
League?
Dodgers go in?
Yeah.
Because I will say this: the Dodgers were a wild card team,
They're doing
and
pretty good, though.
they had the second most wins in the league with 106. I'm pretty sure.
So we're still looking at 2 games.
What was the score? From
2 games up? You got San Francisco versus the Dodgers. San Fran is up 2-1. And then you also have Atlanta versus Milwaukee.
Ooh.
Atlanta's up 2-1 as well.
Yep.
Ooh, I think Atlanta will beat Milwaukee.
The Braves, huh?
Yeah, and
Okay,
see,
so then you got
San
the
Fran
Braves.
San Fran and Dodgers is really tough,
That's tough
because
They're both playing
in their
really good.
stats, they were the 2 most winning teams in the season. Like I just said a second ago, the Dodgers were a wild card team this year,
Yeah.
and they had the second most wins in the league with 106.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they, of course, got past the St. Louis Cardinals in the wild card, and now they're playing the Giants. The reason they were a wild card team was because they finished second place in the West Division, which is the division that the Giants won.
Yeah.
So the Dodgers were only fighting for a wild card spot.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the Giants.
The Giants. Okay.
I'm gonna say
Atlanta Giants.
I'm
championship.
gonna say that the Dodgers tie it up, but I think the Giants will come out on
Okay.
top.
So you got Atlanta, San Francisco. Who wins against those two?
That's
See,
what I got.
Atlanta has really looked good in the second half of the season, but I just don't think they're enough to beat the Giants.
So you think Giants Boston World Series?
Yeah.
All right, Giants
a good
Boston
idea.
World Series, locked and loaded, ready to fire, baby.
It's gonna be Giants in Houston. Calling it now.
Okay. I respect
Hot
your
take.
opinion.
Hot take.
I'm gonna love
The Giants. The
I'm
Giants
gonna-
have been doing
I'm
good
gonna-
in the past couple games. Houston just scored 10 points tonight to secure the victory. I don't know.
I'm gonna love the feeling of the Red Sox stomping on their head.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
The Red Sox stomping on their head, huh?
yeah.
All right, Trenton, smash or pass? Jamar Chase or Chris Godwin?
I don't know why you're not playing Jamar Chase, dude.
I am playing Jamar Chase.
Play him this week. Who does Tampa Bay got this week?
Tampa Bay has, I believe, the Eagles.
They do.
The
Yep.
Eagles, yep. So Jamar Chase versus Godwin. The tried and true Chris Godwin.
Yeah, and the Bengals playing against the Lions.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think even against the Eagles with Godwin, you gotta play him too. But I would go Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, final answer.
Unfortunately, I am now on the Jamar Chase train.
Yep.
It's a real story. I think he'll have a couple duds throughout the season, just like every other player. But I mean, he's gotten a touchdown every game. Yeah. So I'm on the train, Jamar Chase.
On the Jamar Chase train, locked in, loaded.
Smash Jamar Chase.
Smashed Jamar Chase. Q-tip. I'm trying to think of a good smash. Anybody got a good smash or pass? Coke or Pepsi?
Coke, definitely. Smash Coke.
Why Coke though? Okay, what about cherry Pepsi or cherry Coke?
Still cherry Coke. Always Coke.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
smash that Coke.
What's the difference? What's the difference to you?
I honestly I do think the flavor profile for Coke is just better, and also I just really love me some Coke.
You like?
All right, Josh. Before you ask me, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Smash or pass? Taco Bell or Taco John's?
Oh.
It really depends. Is it both made like really well that
yes,
day?
the best that you've ever had.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to smash Taco Bell just because their tacos I think are better, but the Olays, like the sides
the
from
Olays,
John's,
yeah,
the
so
Olays
good.
are better. But I don't go there just for the Olays. I go there because I want some fucking tacos.
Yeah, I would
And
go
so,
just for the Olays.
I would rather get quality tacos
Yeah, fair.
than quality sides. Like I don't really give a fuck if their Taco Bell
Yeah.
chips are good or not.
I
I
really-
probably won't eat them anyways.
I really love the fried chicken of Taco John's too. It's super good.
What?
It's super good. The
Your
fried
fried
chicken at
chicken?
Taco John's is
Huh?
super good.
Everywhere has fried chicken now.
But
That's
dude,
true.
no, they've had it for a long time. I think it's
Really?
been a pretty staple of their menu item for a long time.
Really?
It's super good though.
I've definitely never had chicken at that place or Taco Bell. Did any of you guys try the chicken
I not tried
sandwich
chicken sandwich
thing?
taco. I heard
No.
it was pretty bad, honestly.
I heard mixed reviews.
Yeah.
I heard good and bad.
I didn't want to even try it.
There was one thing I saw a year ago when I went to KFC. In the drive-thru, they had this so they had a chicken sandwich, but instead of buns, they had like 2 glazed donuts
Oh,
as
I
the
think I do remember
buns on
that.
a
Yeah.
piece of fried
KFC.
chicken.
I think it was
I've heard about that. I've
KFC.
heard about that.
Yeah, it was. I looked at it, I'm like,
Yep.
this looks good, but it looks disgusting at the same time.
You know what they need to do? They need
Like
to bring back the
heartburn,
combo
yeah.
stores. You know, when they have the Taco Bell and the KFC inside of each other.
Yeah.
They need to bring those back. That would be lit again.
They are.
They don't have those
Oh,
anymore?
they actually bring those back?
Yeah. Remember the
think
Taco
they're
Bell
red little
drive-through
places.
things?
Well, that's not a combo. That's just a drive.
Yeah, it's like it's the same.
But they
the
have
same
both.
place.
They
Oh,
have the
is it really?
KFC, Taco Bell, and whatever else that food company owns.
I think
They're
it
gonna
was.
put them in the
That would
same
be pretty lit.
drive-through.
I think it was
actually.
Pizza
So you
Hut
can get
too.
whatever you want.
You can get whatever you
That'd
want.
be
They're gonna
pretty
have.
nuts.
It's gonna be like an
Could be Pizza
ATM.
Hut.
You've never seen this shit?
It's the one in like Bloomington or Edina or some shit.
Basically, it's
Yeah,
like
there's a few around.
right? No, it's the
they're
first one.
just. Yeah, I was gonna say they're
Oh,
just
you're talking
rolling them
about new
out.
ones, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's the first one.
But the initial concept was to have KFC and Taco Bell in the same kitchen
Is
per
it-
se,
'cause it's
and then it'll be
owned by
like
the
an
same
ATM
company.
thing where it fucking drops right next to you. You order whatever you want, and then you drive away.
Yo,
Yeah, I
so
believe you're
actually,
right, just I think it is
all
Pizza
those
Hut.
rumors about a Sonic coming to St. Cloud, I was
That's
really,
true.
I was interested because
What? It is
no,
true, it is
no,
true.
listen, because I was on LinkedIn today looking for jobs.
It's
They're
true.
hiring a general manager
Yep.
on LinkedIn for Sonic right now.
What?
But then I looked it up. They're just like they don't know where it's gonna be yet
Yeah, they
though.
haven't picked a location.
Sonic
Yeah.
is
Damn.
fire.
Yes.
Yeah, Sonic is
Yeah.
pretty good too.
Chili cheese dogs.
They said the St. Cloud area, so honestly, I think it's gonna be in Sartell.
Could be.
Could
They're
be,
telling
yeah,
me
it could be
some
somewhere else, yeah.
restaurants.
What if
or maybe
what if
Wait Park, I guess.
what if
but-
right by so
Right-
you know where
right
the
by
McDonald's is in
McDonald's, on the other
Sartell, like
side.
they just
The
cut
land
down the
just got
trees
sold.
there.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yep. They just sold all that
That's
I
land.
just noticed that when I came
Yeah.
back, they cut down all
That
the
could be
trees.
where it
That's
goes,
funny.
honestly.
Could be, yeah. I have no idea.
It could be.
I mean, it could be anywhere in the Tri-City area.
Tri-City.
You didn't like that? Like Sartell,
Sauk Rapids, St.
St.
Cloud.
Cloud, or
Would
it
you
could even be
consider?
Wake Park.
I guess. Say, would you consider
You-
Sartell a city? It's more of a town.
I don't know, you know. I mean, it's like...
All right, Justin. Smash or pass? Being stranded on a boat for a year, or being stranded in the forest for a year?
Ooh.
You have the equipment in both scenarios to survive. So
Survive.
on the boat, you do have like a fishing net and a fishing line and some other shit, and you have a machine that can make seawater into drinkable water. And same thing on the the land one,
Land.
you have like a fucking knife and like a bow and
pot,
arrow or some
some
shit
boil
or
water.
some pot or something. Yeah. Boil some water. You have the tools to survive. You just have to survive in those environments.
It's a toughie, honestly.
I think it's pretty easy.
I'm gonna go
think
with
I would do
I'm gonna go with a year at sea.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay.
Wow.
What makes you? Actually, you know what? Let's go around the circle on this one because it's kind of an interesting question. I'm kind of curious.
I'm gonna say because one, I love seafood, and second, if it just gets hot, I can just jump in the water. Cool off.
Okay. Okay, Trent?
How big of a boat are we talking?
Yeah, that's
I
the
would-
other
And are we in the
question.
middle of the woods or like what?
In the
Or
middle
on
of the
edge?
goddamn woods. It's you're
hundreds
stranded.
of miles from civilization.
Yeah, you have no idea where land is. You couldn't find it
you're-
even
but
if-
you're
But
on
on
land.
land.
or you like civilization.
civilization.
Yeah.
You couldn't find it if you tried.
Yeah.
Kind of a deal. There's no planes in the air. You can't see shit.
I would still smash staying on the land. I mean, you're on a boat for a whole year. You're gonna get seasick. If it rains
Yeah.
or storms,
Oh, true,
you have
no
no
coverage.
shelter. You're in
well,
the middle of the
it's
ocean.
it's a decent
It's
sized
just
boat.
water.
It's a decent sized
a
boat. you know?
tornado? Oh,
It's
it's
like
just
a-
water.
It's it's like a 30
A hurricane?
Like a little bit like a small sailboat, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a 30-foot sailboat. I'd
Yeah,
say.
and guess
Alright.
what? I can like grow out my facial
know.
hair and no one will judge me.
I feel like I would just. I think I would feel the need to walk. I feel like I would smash the land too. Honestly, like I just.
But
don't
what
think I could go
so
without walking in
are
the
you
flat
okay even
ground.
know that with the land option you have to deal with predators?
I'm okay with that. I mean,
What
See-
about sharks?
You're on a
Whales.
boat.
You're in a boat.
they can't get you. But,
What, a whale can't knock a boat over?
But then again-
I'm talking like a sailboat.
I have a
Sailboat.
spear gun.
But
so.
then again, what you have to deal with that you don't have a spear gun. I said you had a fishing gun.
Ah.
No, he said
I
we have
mean,
all
I
the tools
can make
necessary.
one. I can make one.
He's like, wait, does the land option mean I get an AR-15?
Yeah.
Do I get a tank?
Yeah.
That's right.
No, but on the boat, I guess you would have to deal with the elements as well.
The elements, the
Like if
storms
there's
and shit,
storms
yeah.
or anything like that, you got to
Sure.
figure your shit out, you know. So there's
Yeah, true.
there's also that element. So it's either dick with storms or dick with fucking lions and shit.
Yeah.
In a
true.
forest?
Sure, you don't know what kind of forest you're in. You're stranded. You don't know what's around
There's
it.
lions in the forest? That's like a
Lions
desert.
and tigers and bears. Oh my.
I don't know, honest, but also you have to eat fish, dude. I think I get sick of fish quite a bit.
You'll get fucking poisoning, bro.
I guess on land you could choose. You can kind of be like, fish, deer.
You get some berries.
But what
and
if you
shit,
don't
maybe.
find the water? That's why I wonder where
Oh
the
wait,
land is.
actually, I
Yeah.
just thought of something else. If I'm on the ocean, I can't light a fire anywhere to like cook stuff. So
No, you gotta,
No,
you
you
gotta,
gotta,
like a
Send me
portable
that
you got an
list.
air fryer.
grill
It's
or
fine.
something.
Air fryer.
do I have an air fryer?
Well, not an air
I'd say
fryer,
maybe you have like a
but-
stove or something. Like
Yeah,
a little
some
stove.
kind of like there's like a little.
Oh, so it's like a houseboat that I have.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's
then-
got a
we're
yacht,
saying like
and
a
I get a little
s-
tent in the woods,
We're
huh?
saying like a small, we're saying like a small sailboat. There's probably like one interior.
Yeah, it's got
like,
the shit in there. you
Do
know?
I have like my own bedroom?
I don't know.
Like
if you have
on the
bed.
boat.
We
It's
might
a
have, like,
houseboat.
Like a bench,
Yeah.
like a comfort.
Oh, it's a little bed. You know, it's you got a
Okay,
bed.
alright,
You got
I feel like I'm definitely gonna pick the sailboat. honestly.
Nah.
Switched
There's a
up.
lot of amenities here.
It's kind of do they have free Wi-Fi on the boat? Like,
Jesus.
No Wi-Fi.
Xbox?
You literally said I have all the necessities.
There's
Yeah.
no food on the boat. You have to get your own food.
All right, you need to be more
So
descriptive.
if you suck at fishing, the boat is not a good option.
Well, fuck. I guess I'd have to learn how to fish, but other than that, I think.
And I'll just jump in with a knife and wrestle with a shark. And carve out his teeth and fucking wear it as a necklace, mate.
mate.
The
Now,
Australian
speaking
one?
of carving out and carving deep, did, did we see this Kansas City Chiefs game? Holy crap. Patrick Mahomes looked fucking terrible.
I literally made a bet with a coworker $10 that the Chiefs weren't gonna win. He's like, "There's no way they don't win. There was no chance they would win that game."
No, he was throwing balls at the ground, balls at the air. Justin, what do you think about this whole...
If you want to see what Justin's face looks like, look at her Instagram story. It's on there.
What do you think about this whole Kansas City deal?
Yeah, what do you think of Justin?
They're finally getting exposed for the frauds they are.
Yeah.
The
No more
frauds.
cheat codes allowed. Everyone's got them figured out. The league's coming for them. They're bums. Everyone's coming to decapitate their heads.
Oh. And you're...
Whoa! Whoa!
No.
Justin, and you're actually good friends with Patrick Mahomes, aren't you?
Yeah, he's actually walking in right now. Hey, Pat. How we doing? Yeah, he's still in shock after the game that he had the other night. He's so silent right now.
He flaked, bro. He flaked, bro.
He's flaked on
I-
his team.
The thing about Kansas City is they've let up 33 points on average every single game this season. Their defense is one of the bottom 10
Yeah,
in
it's not
allowing
very good.
points.
Yeah.
Buffalo is top 5
Bills
defense.
Are looking pretty good. Bills are looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, Patrick. My friend Patrick, he wants to talk to you, Josh. Do you have any, questions for him? Here, he's going to sit down right now.
Oh, so he didn't flake on us.
He's still here.
He's in the shitter.
Patrick,
Oh, that's
what made you throw all those air balls all weekend?
Oh, I don't know. I just couldn't even see what they were doing. I was trying to do all my no-looks, but I just kept throwing it into the ground. Oh.
It sounds like he's a fucking Sesame Street character.
Are you making fun of me, Q-Tip?
Hey, was this Daniel
That's
Jones with a
not
concussion
me.
or
No.
what?
What was he
I have you know I was Super Bowl MVP 2 years ago.
I don't know. Mahomes is related to the fucking Cookie Monster.
Oh shit! Is that Conor McGregor walking in?
No, not again.
You bet your fucking ass it is. What's up, Bet Records? I'm back and I'm ready. I know I didn't go my way against Dustin the third time, but it doesn't matter. I came out of the fight and now I have what I need. And that's an unbreakable titanium shin bone. Unbreakable. What is up, Bet Records? How we doing tonight? Would you like some whiskey?
I don't know, but Connor, Patrick Mahomes actually has some questions for you.
Oh, my fucking.
Who the fuck is that guy?
He's sitting right next to you.
Who the fuck is this guy? He just fucking throws a football for a living. I fucking bounce heads and kill people for a living. All he does is play a kid's game. He calls himself a rich athlete. I'm the Forbes richest athlete of the year, 2021. Come see me, bitch. What's your question, Patrick?
Oh, hey, Connor. I was just wondering, your leg snapped against Dustin Point.
Shut your mouth, you fucking bitch!
Oh, that wasn't really nice. I was just wondering, so this unbreakable titanium shin bone you have, is it really unbreakable now? Like, are you gonna come back and you're gonna kick Dustin's leg off?
I'm glad you asked that, Patrick. My shin is unbreakable. I'm gonna come back and I am going to kick Dustin in the head. His skull is going to crack open. His brains are going to be all over the canvas because he's going to be getting hit with a crowbar. And that crowbar is me shin on his delicate skull. I need some whiskey. Any of y'all Bet Records have some whiskey? Preferably the proper 12.
Didn't you just offer us whiskey?
No.
Didn't you give it to Patty?
Yeah, no, I think
Oh,
Mahomes was supposed to
fuck
take it.
him. He is a bum of a thing.
God.
Anyway, thank you, Bet Records, for having me on again. It's been a pleasure.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you for
can't
having
say
me
that.
on for the second time ever. I need to get back to conditioning my unbreakable titanium shin bone. Get ready. 2022. McGregor's coming back. I'm going to starch Dustin. I'm going to starch Justin. And I'm going to starch Michael Chandler. And don't forget about Dan Hooker, too. I'm going to fuck them all up. I'm going to break them. Thank you, Bet Records. Thank you very much.
Aren't you gonna
Have a
say
great
goodbye
night.
to Patrick Mahomes?
What? Who? Who? I'll talk to y'all later. See you later.
See you, bud.
Patrick, what did you think about our guest?
He was scary. He was scary. I don't want to fight him. He was threatening me. He said some mean things about my fiance, and he said some mean things about my younger brother, too. Even though my younger brother is kind of annoying, but yeah. How are you guys doing, anyway?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Peachy.
Yeah, Sunday didn't really go my way, but let's hope I can bounce back.
Yeah, why don't you get back to practice? We'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, my records. I'm Patty Mahomes, and I'll see you on Sunday. See ya.
Wow, that was an
hey.
interesting special guest appearance.
Hey guys, did I miss anything?
No, I think it was better. You were.
I was just in the bathroom. Like, did Patrick leave?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
said he had
left.
to go back to practice.
Didn't even fucking say bye.
Yeah, he's practicing. It's pretty late practice for him, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
well.
God damn.
Well, oh well, and goddamn.
So that's the Bills and the KC. What else do we have to talk about for fantasy? We got any sleeper picks this week besides my team?
What did you guys think about the fucking Bengals and Packers game? The Packers
Yeah.
just
The
decided,
Packers
oh yeah,
fucking
we'll just take this one now. We were gonna give it to you guys, but yeah, we'll just finish it off now.
dude,
or
these
what?
kickers are fucking terrible.
Jesus
bro.
fuck.
They missed like 6 kicks.
I think it was during the Patriots-Houston game. The kickers. So the team scored 3 touchdowns. The kickers missed all 3 extra points.
yeah.
The first ones. I was just at work watching. I was like, man, like, who would want to be a kicker at this time in
It was
the
a
NFL?
rough day for kickers.
Like, I remember, like,
A
when
rough
I was
season.
a kid watching the NFL, kickers almost never missed, and now they're missing left and right
yeah.
Yeah.
every single game.
Yeah, honestly, it's probably a good time to be a kicker. You know, you
Like-
just gotta start practicing a little extra. You
Like
can
I was
cream
even
the
saying,
crop.
Steven Gostowski's record will never be broken for most consecutive extra points ever made. Like, that'll never be broken now because of the new rule.
What rule?
Moving the extra point back 10 yards. When they moved that like 4 years ago.
Made it more interesting.
Damn.
Because
Well, that
usually
Well, I
Yeah.
knew that you had to stand back a little bit, but
No, but like remember how like where the person would hold it would be on like the 8-yard line,
okay.
and now it's at like the 20-yard line,
Something like
18-yard
I
line.
didn't know that. Okay.
yeah, it's pretty far.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean it's not far, but to hit it consecutively every single time, you're eventually gonna miss.
Yeah.
Like it's just inevitable.
Yeah, it's
Just like a free throw.
But people
yeah.
are missing a lot.
Yeah. Maybe they need to move it back a little bit more in practice.
Yeah, for real. Where are you practicing from? The 5?
Something though. When the Bengals do hit the flag and thought he won.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was rough.
That was fucking rough, dude.
What can I say? This has been a very interesting NFL season so far.
Yeah, it actually has been better.
Yeah, I think the NHL started back up tonight.
That is for sure.
I think it was the Penguins taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Check that score.
Yeah, I believe NHL is starting, NBA is starting, but we are ending. Unless Justin wants to jump in with a fun fact.
Oh, or wait.
I figured.
Never mind.
Oh,
I was gonna
fact.
no.
Alright,
So
Justin.
actually, in 3 minutes, or in 2 minutes now, the Seattle Kraken will be opening up their inaugural season against the Vegas Golden Knights. Unfortunately, it won't be at their home arena, so there won't be a ceremony. But if you want to witness history, stop listening to this podcast right now and get on over to NHL Network, ESPN Plus, and watch that game.
And watch the replay of it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Finish with this episode.
Oh my god.
Justin, you got a quick hype thing for what we got going on next week? I know we have a pretty big UFC fight coming up next week. I know you're gonna have are you doing a special episode for this one?
We should be, yeah. October 30th. UFC's going back to Fight Island, where Jan Blachowicz will be defending his light heavyweight belt against number 1 contender Glover Teixeira, with the co-main event featuring Piotr Jan and Corey Sandhagen fighting for the interim bantamweight strap. With on the undercard we have Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker stepping in on short notice, and superstar Khamzat Chimaev will be fighting Lee the Leech Jingling, and that's going to be a good return to Fight Island. So stay tuned, and I'll be sure to update everyone on how that's going.
Sweet.
Let's go.
Well, let's do it. Pitter patter, baby.
There we are. That is it for this one. Make sure you're following us on YouTube as well as Spotify, because we're doing these podcasts once a week. We got football twice a week, and we got special content as well coming soon. So make sure you keep up with us.
I like how she move it. I like how she move it.
No, wait. No. Everybody, remember, proper 12 Irish whiskey. I just had to stop and get that in real quick.